Hey guys, welcome to Carnivore Expeditions. I am out ridge walking today, which means I am looking for unexplored caves. I see a mossy hole up ahead. These mossy holes are always good to check out because moss will a lot of times grow around cave entrances. I guess the warm air is really good for making the moss grow. Oh, I see some void down there, so could be onto something here. Okay, oh wow, it's got a big entrance. I don't even have to enlarge that. That looks like that's big enough for me to get in it already. In the state of Alabama, a cave has to be 50 feet long or deep before it qualifies as a cave. So I'm going to do a rock test. See if I can find a rock anywhere. All right, here's one. And I hope this goes on for hundreds of feet. Let's see. Well, it sounds more like 20 feet. Let me try another rock. All right, it sounds like 20-25 feet, but I'm going to rig up a rope to this tree right here. I'm going to be sending a satellite message to my buddy so that someone knows my location. I'm out here by myself today, so I want to be sure that someone knows where to come and look for me in case I get stuck or get lost or whatever. So always safety.
This is not a paid advertisement, but I recommend the Spot X satellite messenger. I will leave a link down in the video description. We earn a small commission which helps support our channel, and you get the best price on the internet.
Okay, I'm going to rappel down and check it out. I'm going to be taking my tape measure with me. I need 50 feet to qualify this as a cave. I can see the rope on the floor, so I'm going to just go ahead and lower this measuring tape. All right, I see the measuring tape. I'm going to be careful not to step on it. It feels like about a 20-foot pit, but you never know. There could be some horizontal passage at the bottom. Okay. Made it past the lip. I did a quick check for snakes. Don't see any snakes. It's a pretty pit, although it may only be 20 feet deep. Okay, I can see there's some room around the corner. I'll check and see what's around the corner here. Grab my tape measure. Untangle the rope. Okay, according to the tape measure, the entrance pit is 15 feet. 15 feet, and a little room here. Some flowstone. Okay. There's a way to go around the corner here, so pull some tape. Okay, wow, there's a hole in the floor. Hole in the floor and some more passage over here. I don't know if that hole is big enough for me. or if it's big enough for me by myself. Okay, I've got a rock I want to throw down in this second hole just to see. Oh, there's a salamander. That didn't go very far. Let me try another one. Oh, whoa, whoa, that sounded good there. That sounded like 50 feet. So there's a hole in the floor. Not sure if my fat butt will fit down this hole. And looks like there's some other passage over here as well. A little tiny salamander. Be careful not to fall down this hole. Of course, I don't know if I would fit, even if I fell. I don't see, well, there's bacon in there. See if I can get a better look. This hole down there. Well, looks like I could get down in there, but man, it's going to take some work. Probably have to shave off some of the sides here. A skinny caver could maybe go down there, but I'm not a skinny caver. I do need to put in a couple of bolts, and I'm going to have to be careful. There's a little bat here, and I really need to put in a bolt here, and I may put a bolt here and do a Y, but I really don't want to bother that bat. Don't know if there's any way around it. Maybe he'll move himself here in a little while. He doesn't seem to mind that I'm right here. All right, guys, I decided to go ahead and put in a couple of bolts. I want to use the pipe cleaner here to clean out the holes really well. Blow them out with the straw. Do the right side. I'm going to do the pipe cleaner one more time just to make sure I get a good clean hole. Going to hammer the left side. Now let's do the right side. These 10mm wedge bolts require about 25 pounds of torque. Going to do the right hand side. I just kind of guess at the torque. I've put in a lot of these, so I kind of know what it is. I'm going to put in a couple of oval carabiners. I like these oval carabiners. They're just a good all-purpose carabiner. You don't have to worry about them getting cross-loaded. They always seem to orient properly. I'm going to tie a double figure eight. I'm
Going to try to make the left side a little shorter than the right side. I think that will allow the rope to have the least amount of rub going down the pit. Let's see if I can shorten it up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Pull that tight. I'm not going to dress it fully until I see how the rope lands, just in case I have to make an adjustment. I'm going to feed the rope down the pit. This is about a 60-foot rope, and from dropping a rock, it sounded like it was 30, 40, maybe 50 feet deep at most, so this 60-foot rope should be adequate. Oh, it looks like it's landing on the ledge. Let me see if I can shake it off of there. Just a little pieces on the edge. There it goes. All right, I have 2 anchors put in, and I didn't even bother the bat. He stayed here during all of that drilling. So, got a double figure 8, and I'm gonna see what this pit looks like. I still don't know if it's big enough for me to get inside or if it's too tight. So, I'm just going to inch down a little more and see what I can see. Okay. Looking down this pit, I know I don't fit over here. It looks like there may have been another. Looks like there may have been another side. The left hand and the right hand. I put the rope down on the right hand here. Yeah, I just can't safely do this by myself, and I really don't know if I could do any kind of rock modification. I could try to take off some of these edges, but it's really awkward to drill straight downward and then try to find a good place to drill. But see if I can kick over another. Well, I don't want to kick over a rock because I have a rope down there. I don't want to cut my rope. But, yeah, unfortunately, this is probably a qualifying cave, but I'm going to have to leave this one for somebody else because I just don't see myself getting through this little skinny part. I'm going to take off my helmet and see if I can put the GoPro down there a little closer. So there's, put my foot in there for some scale. I just can't get down in there. It probably qualifies, but it's going to need some work, or it's going to need a very skinny caver, someone skinnier than me. All right, I'm going to de-rig and get all my equipment back up to the surface. This was still a fun project. Don't get me wrong, it's the thrill of exploration. You never know what you're going to find. Sometimes you find a cave, and sometimes you just find a karst feature. Let me roll up the tape a little more. There we go.
All right, guys, going to do a quick wrap up. This is about a 20-foot pit, and there is an offset pit which is about 30 feet deep. However, it is very tight and narrow, and I could not get down that second pit. This probably qualifies as a cave. However, I'm not skinny enough to make it all the way to the bottom. I could probably bring my drill and do some demolition work and get into the bottom of this cave, but I'm really not willing to put in that much work. I don't feel a lot of air coming out of this cave. If this cave had a lot of air, I would probably be back here next weekend, but there's no air. It maybe qualifies, but I'm going to leave that to the next generation of cavers. Guys, thank you for watching. I'm going to put some links up on the screen to some other great cave project videos, which I think you're going to love. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Have a blessed day.